Welcome back to the Maker Bob. Today we're going to be modifying the Hercus PC160 CNC Lathe to have a AC servo for the spindle. The reason we're upgrading to an AC servo is they are generally known for higher performance, including better torque, higher speed capabilities, and smoother operations. Here we can see the original motor that's been highlighted, the S644-3A. It has a stall torque of 1.36 Newton meters and a max RPM of 4,700 and a peak torque of 6.8 Newton meters. That is compared to the new AC servo motor that can do 3.19 Newton meters of torque with a peak of 9.56, which is approximately 3 times the amount. Not only does this motor have more torque, but it's got more torque for a longer range, as can be seen in the top left hand corner. Here it shows it can keep the torque across the whole RPM range that is rated for, only tapering off as it exceeds that range. Comparing that to the DC motor, you can see that the torque drops up as the RPM increases. That's enough background of why we're doing the project. Let's start stripping down the old motor and see how we can install the new one. Here we are over at the lathe. Let's start off by chucking up and getting the pulley running as concentric as possible. Then we're going to use an 18mm end mill to open up the hole, and then we'll finish it off using the boring bar. Even though I've cranked that end mill into that collet, it still seemed to slip. I've either got a dodgy collet or maybe the end mill is slightly undersized. Either way, I'm pretty happy with the finish of that hole, even though it was just done by an end mill. Now we're going to take a measurement and then try and finish it off with a boring bar in a few stages, measuring as we're going. And there we go. I'm very happy with that result. It is bang on 19mm, so this should be a nice fit with the motor. Now I did test fit it on the lathe first before taking it off, and did go in, and as you can see, it's a nice fit. Now the bore is complete, we have to do the keyway. So we're going to use a 6mm broach and the hydraulic press. That is the keyway broaching done, and now we're going to test fit it on the motor. As we can see, it slides on very well with the keyway in place. I'm very happy with how that pulley has turned out actually, quite surprised. Unfortunately I've lost some footage, but I managed to design a new motor mounting plate on Fusion 360. I then used the CNC router to machine it out of some 6061 aluminium. So I didn't use too much material. I ended up opting to just put washers for the bolt so that I didn't have to use a thicker stock of material. As you can see, the motor did foul on the actual mount on the CNC machine, so we had to cut and file down one of the edges. Even though we had to file down that edge to make it fit, it still fit in pretty well. Very happy with the result, and it functions as expected. Here we have a little test cut of the CNC running with the new AC motor. It's really hard to show on video how much smoother and quieter the operation is now. I did try putting videos to compare the DC versus the AC motor, but you couldn't really hear the difference. That's all for today. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.